Welcome everybody to some more SBF basketball. Tonight is going to be an absolutely exciting game. We get to watch the Magic City Stingrays take on the Motown Ballers. Both these teams fighting for top spots in the SBF. We're going to try a little bit of joint commentary tonight, and I've got Kenny with me. Kenny, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
All right, so to start the game for the Ballers, you got Josh Waters dribbling it right at Dan Rogers and draws the foul. Josh Waters very good at doing that, making offense out of nothing, as you saw there. Josh Waters was a fantastic scoring option for the A-Town Assassins last year. This year he was pretty coveted in the draft. Interesting to see Ricky Cameron dribble a ball up for the Stingrays. One of their newest additions gets it over to CJ Thomas. Jamarius Randall sets the screen and he pick and rolls for the basket. It's just fun to watch how the Stingrays use their point guard, averaging about 7 rebounds per game, 8 assists, and 25 plus points. Jamarius Randall is just exciting to watch, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, he's very exciting to watch. He has been ever since the SBF's inception.
Yeah. As Ricky Cameron tries to Showtime dunk, but gets blocked on that one. Rogers sets the screen. Bryce Dyson's going to attack. Wow. Great rim protection down low by ZACK Boulder. LaMarcus Weaver for 3. Can't get it. Rogers pulls it down. Ricky Cameron, again, the go-to man for ball handling for the Stingrays right now. Takes the Rogers screen. He's going to attack the rim again and gets blocked by Dallas Hawkins. Great rim protection for the Ballers in this one. Cameron needs to go up more. He needs to protect the ball better while going up for it. Interesting to see that they're not letting Jamarius Randall handle the ball. Usually he orchestrates the offensive possessions for the Stingrays. This time it is Ricky Cameron, as Randall's going to have to shoot it because the shot clock is winding down.
Got put in a bad spot.
Absolutely. Richmond, the playmaking facilitator, gets it down low to Dallas Hawkins. Randall sets the screen, gets CJ Thomas open, gets it back over to Dan Rogers. Kicks it back out to Bryce. Bryce looking for something. Had some space, chooses to attack the rim anyway, gets the floater. What's your take on early standings in the regular at the beginning of the season?
Well, with the early standings, I think it's really interesting to see how well some of these newer teams are doing, but I think we're seeing teams like the Assassins and other star-studded teams from before the draft stay near the top or where they were before. So the waters have kind of not leveled out yet, but I think we're going to end up seeing one or two teams like the Bobcats stay consistent, in my opinion.
I think they definitely leveled out. It's just good teams are going to stay good teams because they're usually ran by good GMs. That part's never going to go anywhere, because what I'm liking out of this league so far this season is that every team is competing every game. There are rarely blowouts, and when there are blowouts, it's usually because of a bad matchup. And matchups are always a part of basketball.
Especially in the SBF, we have such unique players and unique strengths and GMs that design teams in specific ways that matchups play a big role.
As you saw earlier in the week, this video, by the time it'll be released, so those of you that are watching will have a sneak peek, but I'll talk about it. The Talons had a game against the Pirates, but the Talons looked a lot better against the Pirates than they did the Assassins. It just shows you that matchups play a huge part in the SBF. The Assassins have a much better record than the Pirates, even though the Pirates were able to play a lot better basketball against the Talons than the Assassins were. As Jamarius Randall gets it up and over the Ballers defender there. Stingrays cut into the lead a little bit. The score is 11-6 in favor of Motown right now. Earlier you saw LaMarcus Weaver with a Showtime dunk. Weaver is going to have to be excellent on offense for these ballers. This team is very, very interestingly built with offensive focus at the point guard position, the shooting guard position. They got a facilitating 3 in everything 4. Hawkins is more of an offensive player than a defensive though, and then a monster defender at the 5.
These ballers made the interesting decision to completely let everybody go to do their redraft.
Yeah, I think the only team in the SBF who was here last season that decided to let everybody go. The Rattlesnakes kept just 1. Assassins kept 2. Most other teams kept 2 or 3.
I know Lynx at least kept Walter.
Yeah, Lynx kept Walter. Stars kept 3. I think the Ballers the only team to let everybody go, and so far it looks like a good move by them. They were able to go out and redraft their best player, LaMarcus Weaver, anyway. And I believe they got him in a much later pick.
Yeah, Weaver fell.
Richmond is the one that I'm going to be really interested to see how he fits with this team, being such a good facilitator. Josh Waters wide open for the 3, but doesn't get it to fall. Waters is kind of inconsistent when wide open. He's really good when it comes to making those crazy finishes, as you saw Bryce Dyson absolutely slam it right on top of Dion Richmond. Richmond has got to step up his defensive efforts if the Ballers are going to be a good team, because that's where I see them struggling, is on the defensive side. Rogers with a block, Waters with the board, and Waters gets it on the second chance. Dan Rogers just needed a little bit of help there, but nobody stepped over to help him after he got the initial block. Good timeout call by the Stingrays as they were able to climb back into it. It's just a 3-point ball game right now. First actual live game for both these teams this season. First time we're going to be seeing them. I'm sure the Stingrays will still remain on top of the standings all season, though. Their team, they retained 3 players. They got Maxey back in the draft. They really kept their identity as, wow, ZACK Boulder with just a bad foul. Antonio Roberson is getting the and 1 opportunity, and he knocks it down, he converts. Stingrays have a very, they only have an 8-man rotation, and 2 of their 3 bench players are big men. That's unlike the Stingrays, who usually play quick wing basketball. They transitioned to playing with a lot of big men this season. That just means a lot of minutes for Bryce, Maxey, and Jamarius Randall. Bryce Dyson now being defended. Gets it down low to Darius West, who draws the foul again. These Motown Ballers are not playing good defense, as I wasn't sure who that was who committed the foul, but it was very clearly Daniel Fields. I don't know how I didn't know that that was Daniel Fields. He is very clearly the exact same Daniel Fields that we all know and love. Motown has a very small lineup in there right now. Richmond, one of their bigger players, he drives, can't get it. Boulder, the center, grabs the board over everybody. That's what Boulder's going to do. You can put a small ball lineup out there if you keep Boulder in the game, because he can grab rebounds like none other. Antonio Roberson, the smaller power forward, got the ball, gets it over to West. Daniel Fields with the off-ball foul again. He cannot keep up with Bryce Dyson. As you see, he has to keep fouling on these plays just to keep Bryce from breaking free. Roberson now takes the screen from West. Dribbling on Boulder. West tries to go up strong and gets it over Jackie Morris Sr. Stingrays are on a 15-6 run as they now take the lead nearing the end of the first quarter. Jack George with the ball for Motown. He's going to take the Boulder screen. Gets himself open. Little sidestep. Good rim attack, but can't get the finish. Bryce Dyson, open three. Got it. 22-17 Magic City lead. Daniel Fields now kicks out to Jack George. Shoots the three. Can't get it to go. Boulder, though, fights for the board. Tips it out behind the arc, but nobody home to grab it. He did all he could. Sometimes as a big man, all you can do is tip it and hope for the best. As you see, the Stingrays have 2 point guards in the top 5 for point guard rebounding per game. Maxey and Randall, both great rebounders at the point guard position. As Randall, again off of a pick and roll, gets wide open to the basket. It is really fun to watch Jamarius Randall play pick and roll offense with him as the big man. Gets it over to Daniel Fields, who rolls, puts it up over everybody. Morris Sr. gets the board and puts it back. That's one thing that I'm worried about with the Stingrays. Without Cleveland, how bad is their rebounding going to be this season? Roberson, they may have more big men now, but throwing a lot of low-quality big men at the rebounds, trying to replace one great quality big man, might not necessarily be a good answer. What's your take on the Stingrays' difference in big men this season?
Well, another big difference is not having Champ. With Champ gone, he was a really good rebounder too, and he added a lot of speed to their transition. And now you're kind of relying on other players to try to make up for the rebounding, and they're a team that just likes to start running the floor. So it's a very big change of style for them.
Yeah. I truly do believe the Stingrays looked at it and said, my point guards are so good at rebounding that I'm going to trust them to just sky in there and grab a couple. And it's working early in the season. 14 rebounds per game averaged for these 2 point guards. They also, the Stingrays, last year, their bench center was Darius West. They retained him in the draft, and now he's their starting center. So we'll see if Darius was able to learn from Jatavius Cleveland and Champ Hansen, if he can keep it going. As you see again with the wide open roll off of the pick. These Stingrays are just attacking hard off of pick and rolls. Boulder boards it over everybody. Can't get it over West though, as West grabs the second rebound. Bryce Dyson attacks the rim. Can't get it to go. That was an easy layup that he missed on that one.
Fast pace from these Stingrays too. Not letting off the gas, looking to be a high-scoring game if they can be consistent.
That's exactly how they looked last season too. Randall, I'd say this is a mismatch, but Randall's tough. Gets it to go. Zach Boulder just too big.
Just way too strong.
If there's a small point guard in the league that I trust matching up against a center in the paint, though, it's Jamarius Randall. Randall again cuts to the basket. This time Jack George is able to close out really well and keeps him from scoring. Deon Richmond puts it up over Tyler Maxey. Great offensive play by Richmond.
Very out of character play for Maxey. Normally you'd play clean defense there, maybe get a rebound.
As Motown is starting to come back now, Ricky Cameron and CJ Thomas coming back in. I forgot about CJ Thomas. They did retain one of their big men, but CJ just, he plays such an interesting style of basketball. He almost plays like a 3, but he is nothing like a 3. He's built like a 4. It's very interesting the way CJ plays. As Ricky Cameron draws the foul. It's also been interesting to see Ricky Cameron as a focus point for this offense. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing, but so far they've got the lead, so it can't be too bad. Ricky Cameron, I think, was an absolute pretty pick by the Stingrays. If there's one player in the draft that I thought fit a team like absolutely picture perfect, it's Ricky Cameron with how fast he is and the type of finisher he is. And
wow.
Look at that pass on that play. Just Ricky Cameron's play style just reminded me of how the Stingrays like to play basketball. Boulder now takes the screen. As you see, 3 guys go down to help. Waters is left wide open for the 3. Cameron tried to close out in time but couldn't get there, and Waters drills it. They have to respect Boulder down low, as you saw 3 guys crash on him on defense. It's also interesting to see Boulder and Reggie O'Brien, both assassin bench players, at one point were in the first round of this redraft. Both taken in the first round. Ricky Cameron with a good move to get it over Dion Richmond. Stingrays are shooting a great 68%. The Ballers aren't playing bad, but the Stingrays are just playing better. Maxey, good solid defense. Hawkins being guarded by CJ Thomas. Good block by Antonio Roberson. Roberson's just another guy. He looks like a Stingray. He's a power forward. He plays like a big man. He's kind of small and he's really fast for his position. So he really just fits what they want to do at that position so well. Waters, another 3. Can't get it as Boulder just throws Dan Rogers to the ground. One person I'm not sure of about the fit yet is Dan Rogers. I'm just not sure how he's going to fit for these Stingrays. Do you have a take on Dan Rogers? Looks like we may have lost the Talons commentary. It's all right. Dan Rogers there drives to the basket and picks up the foul. Dan is a 7-footer, 3-point shooting guy, okay rebounder. I just don't know if he's fast enough to run the floor like the Stingrays want him to. And on defense, he definitely cannot replace what they lost with Jatavius Cleveland. Cleveland's such a good defender as Weaver drills the 3. Thomas now hits to Roberson. Roberson to Cameron. Cameron with a good pump in the air to get Waters to foul him. Great play by Ricky Cameron. Let's see if he can make both these. He got the first. Missed the second. He's 1 for 2 on 2 separate trips to the line tonight. Good move by Richmond, but Cameron grabs the board. Maxey down low, guarded by Waters. Maxey's just way too big and strong. Powers it up and gets the easy layup. Tyler Maxey is a point guard built like a small forward. Tyler Maxey easily can play the 1 through 4 position. For the Assassins, they occasionally had lineups out there where he played the 5 position. He's not necessarily the best 5, but he's strong enough. He's not the tallest 5, but he's so strong and he's built so thick that he can compete down low.
And we are back after some technical difficulties.
Awesome. Waters with the great drive and then drops it off to Boulder, who then gets blocked. Was that Tyler Maxey who just soared through the air to block Boulder? That was. What
I think so. It was a
block
blur
by Maxey.
Whew.
Boulder then got the rebound and put it back up, but that block was fantastic. Another pick and roll offense. These Stingrays are so good at cutting in this one. Waters now has been very aggressive in this quarter. Looks to keep the scoring alive. Boulder goes up on Rogers. Good foul by Dan Rogers to keep Boulder from getting the easy bucket. Boulder, though, very good free throw shooter. Very good shooter in general. He doesn't really get enough credit for it because he doesn't take a lot of shots.
Considering what little jumper ability he has, the fact that he's been so consistent over his career as a free throw shooter has been impressive.
That's actually where you're wrong. Zach Boulder is a great shooter in general. He has a great mid-range shot. High 90s. He just doesn't shoot it.
Well, that's what I meant.
He does not shoot the ball, but if he ever decides to, if the Ballers can get Boulder to become a mid-range shooter, he can do it, and he can be one of the best in the league. Now, three-point shooting, you're absolutely right. He is not a three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see that he would have that kind of mid-range ability with how consistent his free throws have been.
Yeah. Weaver now been an absolute offensive force this game. Gets the and one. This is probably very much a give-me point. Weaver also a great free throw shooter. 6-point lead for Magic City.
It might be smarter for them to stop trying to match up against Maxey, one of the better defenders in the league at the guard position.
Yep. And Rogers has the ball up top. As you see, this is how the Stingrays play offense. You watch, they keep giving the ball up top to somebody, and then the wing players cut just like that. They just sit there taking turns cutting until somebody gets open for the easy slam. The Stingrays' offense is fun to watch. Weaver blows by everybody for the easy bucket. I think the Magic City Stingrays, since the inaugural season, have been one of the best coached teams in the league. Like, they truly look like they run a system. Like, the Talons are also another team that they truly look like they run a system now. They have a style of basketball that they play to. You got other teams like the Assassins and the Ballers who are successful, but they don't necessarily look like a well-oiled machine. They just go out there and they let their best players make plays. The Stingrays and Talons, on the other hand, they look like they run plays. They have the exact same type of offense game after game. As Waters finds Hawkins for the alley on that one.
Really accurate pass there.
We'll see who can get it open on the cut on this play. See Randall setting a screen for Thomas up top, off ball. And Randall, another screen on Thomas. Thomas
big
being
size
guarded
advantage
by
here.
Josh Waters and blows by him for the easy bucket.
Yeah, no doubt there.
As you saw, C.J. Thomas dribbling with confidence against the point guard. C.J. can do that. Waters, three. Can't get it. Thomas grabs the board. Rogers for three. Doesn't get that as well. C.J. tries to slap it off the backboard and then go back and grab it again. As Dan Rogers pluck blocks Josh Waters on that one. Ricky Cameron for three. Can't get it to go. A lot of bad shots for both teams right now. Leave it to Weaver to stop the drought and get an easy bucket, though. Let's see who can get open for the Stingrays with all their off-ball movement on this one. See another off-ball screen by Thomas up top to Dyson. Dyson now going to drive. Go up and over. Hawkins played some great defense on that possession. Hawkins tries to just drop it off to Weaver and it almost gets picked by C.J. Thomas. Nice screen set by Hawkins. Weaver drives at Randall. Randall with the steal. Kicks it up court to Dyson. Dyson mid-range. Got it. 8-point lead for the Stingrays. Good offense by both teams here in the second quarter. They had that about a minute window where both teams were struggling, but they're right back to it as Randall back-to-back steals. Let's see if he can push the lead up to 10 for the Stingrays. Stingrays now setting up that offense. Cameron, first one to screen. Gets the open three, but can't get it to go. Cameron takes the screen. SCJ on that last play, didn't set the screen. Jack George back in. The former Lynx, good three-point shooter, draws the foul. Randall frustrated that he got burnt by Jack George. That was just an unnecessary foul.
Not going to look for the flagrant. All right, let him play.
Jack George's family can't be happy about that last foul.
They have got to be upset.
If that was a Meta World Peace, there'd be a fight in the stands right now.
There would be malice in whatever Baller's Palace.
Ballers got real lucky there that the quarter was over as Darius West grabs the board to end the half. Stingrays go into halftime with a 5-point lead. Halftime report now. We have the Stingrays leading in field goal percentage, but the Ballers dominating the boards. Stingrays, however, leading the assists category, and both defensive categories led by the Stingrays. It's interesting to see a team leading in the rebound category by more than 5 and not having the lead. I usually attribute leads to rebounds. What's your take on both teams in the first half?
Well, it is really interesting to see how fast-paced and effective the Stingrays were and could not build much that big of a lead. Like, I kind of assumed with how this game started, with that 9-point lead down the first quarter, that this was going to end up being a blowout by halftime, but to the Ballers' credit, they've kept it within 5 points. It looks like their defense has picked up, honestly.
Coming out of halftime now, Magic City looks to build on a 5-point lead. I like to watch their offense move. I love to watch all the off-ball screens. Randall open three. Double screens off-ball led to that open three, but couldn't finish as Waters is there. Hangs on the rim, showboats a little bit to get the easy deuce.
And that's just unfortunate for the Stingrays. He played everything right, and it turned into a quick 2 in the other end.
Yep. That's why you have to take advantage. Even an open three is a risky three. And Rogers tries to go up against Boulder. That's just not happening. Weaver now up against Dyson. As you see, Randall leaps into the air for that one. Cameron now going to drive at both defenders. Nice move, but doesn't get the finish. He does draw the foul, however.
Very close to getting that one.
You'd like to see Dion Richmond play better defense. He has really struggled. His offense isn't translating to enough points, and his defense, he's allowing too many baskets. Cameron. That last free throw to fall. Richmond now, they're going to let him bring the ball up. That's probably smart. Let's let him build some heat. However, his unselfish play leads to a pass immediately as Waters drives and gets the finish. These Ballers, you see how good they are on offense. Their problem is their defense. Richmond has really got to step up because he's supposed to be one of their defenders. Josh Waters, there's very little defense there. He is all offense. As Dyson puts it over Weaver, doesn't get it. Richmond pulls down the board. Richmond, alley to Boulder. That was gorgeous.
Whoo!
Boulder slams that home. That looked like some chemistry they built up in practice. You know, that wasn't the first time they moved to each other. As Dyson goes up against Boulder, draws the foul.
Ryan set a really hard screen up there. Unmovable.
Bryce Dyson nails home the first.
Damn.
And Bryce knocks down the second. Josh Weaver now gets it down to Waters, who gets bullied by Randall. Randall plays great D and gets the board. Cameron going to go up against Boulder. That was a bad move by the rookie. Cameron way too confident. Waters with the great find, and Hawkins gives it right back to him.
Randall just too stingy down low.
Hawkins has got to be more aggressive on offense. That was a really bad pass up, and it led to an easy bucket. That time Cameron made the right decision by passing it up. Hawkins now, I think the coach yelled at him because on the very next play, after passing up after making a mistake on the offensive side, they go right back to Hawkins and allow him to make up for it. That's confidence in your superstar. Bryce Dyson now, I thought he was going for the nutmeg. Hawkins makes him pay and steals it. Weaver, though, has to put it over Cameron and can't get it. And then Dyson with the block. Stingrays' defense is coming to play tonight. As you see, Cameron just takes the screen by Rogers. Almost open, but not quite. Here comes Randall off the screens, gets himself open down low, but Richmond there with a good defensive play. Ballers need this basket. It's only a 3-point game. Waters, 3. Can't get it. Cameron gets the board over Boulder.
Randall hustling to get there on defense after getting picked by that screen.
Cameron gets the ball up top. As you see, he's gassed. That's going to happen to these wing players for the Stingrays with their lack of depth on the bench. Randall, great move to get himself wide open. Gorgeous play. 5-point lead for the Stingrays as Richmond finds Boulder streaking the floor for the wide open slam. Good call out by the Stingrays as they can feel the game slipping out of their hands. Motown is crawling back into it.
Neither of these teams really looking like they can pick up enough momentum to force anyone's hand. They're both able to stick to their game plan and keep doing what they're doing.
Maxey back into the game, Antonio Roberson back into the game, Darius West back into the game. The Stingrays sending all 3 bench players back onto the floor alongside Randall and Bryce Dyson. Randall now takes the screen, puts it over Boulder. Bad move. Jackie Morris Sr., or Frederick Morris Sr., actually, gets the rebound, gets it to Daniel Fields, who puts it up and can't get it, but Boulder fights around the box from West to get the offensive putback. 1-point game.
Very fortunate there for Ballers, but they're going to learn at some point that they got to stop going directly at Randall.
As Maxey drills home the 3. You don't see that often, but you do have to respect it. The Stingrays, sources always said that the Stingrays were very hesitant on trading for Tyler Maxey. The Assassins GM, though, persistent on Maxey being a good fit for Magic City. Magic City trusted them, made the trade, and never looked back. Tyler Maxey, I couldn't imagine him playing anywhere else. He's such a great fit for the Stingrays. Ballers now, Bryce Dyson being guarded by Morris Sr. This could be a mismatch. Bryce puts it up for mid-range. It was almost like nobody guarded him. He made it look easy. 23 points so far in this one for Bryce. Bryce Dyson now sets the screen, takes the screen, and drives at the basket. Good move, great finish. Stingrays, so many screens are set each offensive possession. It's impressive that they don't have any moving screens so far. As Randall gets caught trying to pick Josh Waters' pocket there.
Ooh. Don't see Randall miss many of those.
Richmond, open three, got it. Wasn't sure if Richmond was a three-point shooter, but I guess he can do it all.
Yes, so.
Randall now, great move to get by
Wow.
Jack George. Randall, such an exciting offensive player. Good timeout called by the Ballers, looking to make some adjustments.
Close game this whole way through.
All right, and I am back.
Don't look now, but with how close this game has been, I have a feeling this is going to come down to the wire.
I am
We're not even in
really
the fourth
hoping
quarter.
for another buzzer beater. The SBF has seen one buzzer beater in its history. Let's hope this makes it number 2. What a pass by Dion Richmond around the back over to Morris Sr. Morris Sr. is an interesting fit for these Ballers. I didn't necessarily like the pick, but so far he's been everywhere for them. Grabbing boards, getting a couple dimes, and then scoring some points. Don't really have a lot to complain about with him on this game performance. Randall, another open three miss. That's where Randall really struggles. If he ever becomes a knockdown shooter, he might be a more dominating player than KJ Collins. As Dion Richmond struggled in the first half, he's really picking it up here in the second half. I've been really impressed by the aggressiveness of Dion Richmond here so far in the second half. Can't get the second free throw to fall, but he was able to tie the game as Maxey with the oop to Roberson.
Woo!
Tyler Maxey doing it all for the Stingrays. Morris Sr. sets screen for Richmond. Richmond puts it up. Doesn't get it. Randall with another board. As you saw, the whole Stingrays team just stopped and allowed Randall to rebound that. They all have a mutual understanding that Randall is their rebounder. Jack George now steps back 3. Can't get it. Boulder offensive board and the putback. His offensive boards have been a huge help for the Ballers tonight as he ties up the game. Double screen set. Randall shoots mid-range. Can't get it. Boulder plays excellent D and grabs his own board once again. Jack George floater. Got it. Good finish by Jack George on that play. Stingrays have got to stop the bleeding. They need to score some points. Leave it to Jamarius Randall to do so. The only thing I'm worried about coming down the stretch is going to be the rotations for the Stingray guard play. Ricky Cameron's going to have to come back into the game, and he's been struggling all night. As you see, Richmond's going to let the shot clock wind down. There's about a 3-second difference between the shot and game clock. Richmond's going to drive on Maxey, floats it, can't get it. Randall cannot get it up in time. It does not count, even though it almost goes. Tied ball game at the end of the third quarter, 71 points apiece. This has been electric offense. In your opinion, what do the Ballers have to do to complete the comeback here and win the game?
Well, personally, I think it's going to be what they do on defense. I don't think it's going to be a problem on offense because of their quick scoring abilities and how good Jamarius Randall has been, unless he falls off, I don't think they have to worry about that. What they've been doing is allowing a lot of putbacks and a lot of quick buckets from the Ballers that have just been killing them, even though they're playing good offense. I think if they can change that up, they can squeeze out a win here.
Agreed. They have got to keep this momentum, though. Daniel Fields is going to have to force it up. That's not a good way to keep momentum. Jamarius Randall had a good box out on Morris Sr. As you see, CJ Thomas looks like he almost baited the offensive player there, trying to make him put it up so that he could block it from behind. It worked as he was able to force him to miss the shot. Roberson now going to go up strong. Bad offensive possession for the Stingrays, going to lead to an easy bucket by Weaver. No, great D by Maxey to force him to miss. Jamarius, though, open three. That one goes. Jamarius going to keep shooting even though he's cold.
Oh, they got the block. Just that putback those putbacks have been killing them.
Yeah, Zach Boulder has been a monster on the boards, and it is rubbing off on his entire team. As you see, Hawkins plucks a rebound up and over CJ Thomas. Weaver can't get it. Zach Boulder now steals it from Roberson, gets it to Weaver. Weaver has to score here. You have to convert on these opportunities, but he can't. Randall, too good in the post. Maxey now drives. Good pass to Thomas. Thomas hook. Can't get it. Randall with the board over Morris Sr., but tries to put it up over two guys and gets blocked.
Couldn't quite do everything.
Daniel Fields, clear as day, that is, gets the layup. Jamarius Randall with the crossover, attacks the rim with the floater, but can't get it. Beautiful move. Weaver open three, and that's the lead for the Ballers. They're extending it to 4 points now. The Stingrays have got to get their offense going. Maxey open mid-range, can't get it. Boulder, Gatorade right now. He's getting tired. But it doesn't matter. Spinning alley-oop finish by Zach Boulder. He is showing out tonight. He is proving that he is a superstar and definitely deserving of a first-round draft pick by the Ballers. I was surprised to see Boulder go over Derek Walker, but he's showing us tonight why he was the clear-cut better option. As Weaver goes up with a $1 million move, but has a 10-cent finish.
And interesting on that Walker point, the GM is also a reporter for the Ballers, and he ended up taking Boulder over Walker, and then praised the pick of Walker a few picks later as part of the reason that they were in the top 5 for their power rankings. So interesting to see his thoughts on those two. Very high regards for both players.
I think it's very clear, though, after watching Walker's debut with the Vixens and then watching Boulder's debut here with the Ballers, that Boulder was a better choice so far. As he shows again there, another offensive board. Hawkins coming in clutch. Boulder never really scored many points for the Assassins, but now he's being allowed to lead the team, and he's got 20 points already going into the fourth. The Stingrays' offense has looked smooth all night, but right now it's looking really, really rough. This is the problem with a system offense like what the Stingrays run. If the defense figures it out and they can stop it, then you have to rely on your superstars to make adjustments and take over the game. And so far, the Stingrays superstars aren't doing that. The Ballers defense made the proper adjustments, and now the Stingrays need to readjust and retake over. Double screen set for Bryce. They don't give it to him. Instead, they get it to Cameron. Cameron takes the Thomas screen. He's not open. He's driving at Richmond. He's really doing his best to get open, and Richmond swats it out of there. Whew. Good moves by Cameron, but just better defense by Richmond. Richmond really proving me wrong tonight. He's making threes. He's playing D as Weaver knocks it down.
Big three.
Big three, as it is now a 7-point lead for the Motown Ballers. Magic City does not have a lot of time left. They need to start making something happen. As Dyson attacks Hawkins and can't get it. This offense is stagnant right now. As Weaver gets it over Dan Rogers. Let's see if Maxey can orchestrate some things now. Takes the screen by Rogers, then another screen by Thomas. The Ballers are playing smothering defense. Nobody can get open for the Stingrays. No matter how many screens are set, the Ballers are right on them. Look at the smothering D as Boulder forces the almost turnover. What he did force, though, is that the Stingrays have 3 seconds to get a shot off now. Thomas has to put it up. Can't get it. Randall fighting for the board, but Boulder grabs it. Boulder's just too big. Richmond alley to Waters. Somehow almost works, but can't quite get it to go. Bryce down low to Cameron. Doesn't get it. Rogers, 3. Doesn't get that either. Stingrays keep getting the offensive boards, though. They're fighting to stay alive. They just cannot get the lid off the basket. That's a good way to do so. Drawing the foul. Randall needs to hit both of these. They don't have enough time to not score.
You cannot afford to go down by 10 points in under 3 minutes.
Seven-point ball game now. Motown has the lead. Motown gets the ball back. Just sloppy basketball, leading to an easy Dallas Hawkins possession. Timeout for the Stingrays. It might be too little too late. 2:18 to go. They have to hit a streak in order to have any chance of coming back.
ZACK, Boulder player of the game. No surprise there.
No surprise with 20 points. Really showing out on offense.
And that's what you need to get back in this game.
Motown, not a good offensive shot there, but Boulder keeps it alive. Boulder's doing his best, but throws it right to the Stingrays. As the Stingrays have a chance now, they need to score here. Waters playing aggressive D. Double team coming. Bryce still goes up with it. No confidence in his teammates. Bryce Dyson tries to break the double rather than get it to Dan Rogers. Waters drops it down. Boulder wide open. The Motown Ballers have just played much better basketball here in the fourth. The Stingrays need to get... Wow, Jamarius Randall with his own offensive board. 7-point lead. I mean, it's not over, but going forward in the season, the Stingrays possibly need to look at getting an offensive weapon to add to their arsenal. Because right now, their offense, anytime it gets this stagnant, I don't see them winning many games.
And they look like they aren't going to have an answer for big men like ZACK Boulder.
Yeah.
And we've got some pretty prolific big men in this league that they have to contend with.
The Stingrays GM made it very clear their intentions were to get Cleveland back no matter the cost, but they couldn't quite make that happen. You almost got to wonder, did they make the wrong choice by keeping C.J. Thomas over Jatavius Cleveland? As Boulder sends that one flying.
And if that doesn't describe this game, then nothing does. Julius Randle doing absolutely everything he can to try to bring his team back into it, and ZACK Boulder saying, nah.
Bryce, mid-range, got it to fall. I'm sitting here talking about the lack of offense for the Stingrays as the score is 86-93. This has been a good offensive game. I think you're right. It's just the lack of big man presence. The Stingrays defense is good on some plays, and then it's that on others. They're about to allow 95 points, so this defense definitely has some room to improve, and I think most of the Ballers' finishes have been on the inside. Cameron puts it up, can't get it to go, adding to Boulder's rebound total as Richmond will dribble the ball out and give Motown their first premier victory of the season. Thanks everybody for coming out, watching. Hopefully you enjoyed both SBF basketball games this week. Again, you had double commentary tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. Thanks for joining me tonight, Kenny. We'll see you guys around Discord.
See you around.